now live with Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is our first run at WASD. So I'm just going to get right into it. If you want to give me a countdown, Jay, then I will start the run.
3, 2, 1, go.
Right, let's go. So this is the latest Tomb Raider game. You might notice I've got it in German, which, as I'll explain in a moment, is because it saves 5 seconds over the course of the run. I've also got the graphics on minimum because for some of the glitches I'm going to do, I need 100 FPS. You can see my FPS counter up in the top left, hopefully.
And this is zed0, by the way, the runner today.
Oh, yeah, I'm zed0, or Ben. Hi.
He's third in the world at this, was second for a long time, then got overtaken. I'm Reba, and
I'm Murtag on the couch.
yeah, we don't run this game, but I've spent many hours watching zed0 run this game, so...
Yeah, and I played this game casually, and I've watched zed0 speedrun this game. The speedrun is pretty broken, so if you've played this game casually, then it's really fun to watch the speedrun.
So the first thing we're going to do here is quit out of this, and then continue immediately, and I'm going to spam the roll button while it's loading in, which leads to us just kind of rolling across the sky in a kind of fairly casual manner, which lets us skip a large amount of the introduction section. So you're meant to go and learn how to climb up ice and things like that, but you can just kind of waltz past most of it. We're kind of going over to the right here to hit a loading trigger. There.
Yeah, this is a very broken game. Also, I've been told to shout out the donation page, which I believe is justgiving.com/WASD-2018.
Yeah, I don't know if the donation the raffle prizes have been on camera yet, but we've got a whole array of them kind of arrayed out in front of us at the front of the room here.
And every £2 you donate gets you a raffle ticket. There's a limit of 100 per person though. But yeah, feel free to donate as much as you want, but there's some really good prizes.
Are the prizes eligible to anyone?
Yes, almost all of the prizes are available worldwide apart from 2 which are UK only. But if you win and you're worldwide, we won't give you those prizes, so don't worry.
Okay, so there's a high chance of the game crashing here, I'm afraid. If it crashes, it's fine. We can restart at the same place. But we didn't crash, that's fantastic. Bless RNG in chat.
Oh, yes.
Record, let's go.
Yeah, definitely. It does crash here, like 60%.
It crashes about 50, 50 or 60% of the time it crashes there. So we've skipped like about 60% of the intro at this point, and we just have to do the end bit. Basically what happened is she climbed up and started some sort of avalanche type thing. And yeah, I just about got the 2-cycle on the swing there, which is just about possible if you time the swing correctly. On the second lot of swings, it's really easy to get a 2-cycle. I don't think it's possible to get a 1-cycle. And you'll notice we're not exactly using proper ice climbing technique. We just kind of jump up the walls because you can just mash jump in the ice axe and you go up really fast rather than slowly climbing up. Yeah, so you start this avalanche and then you've got to outrun it in the intro.
People in real life should try just jumping up walls. I think it'd be much faster.
I didn't get the slightly quick climb up there, but it only takes like half a second. And this is kind of deep snow, which makes you walk really slowly, so I kind of crouched and jumped over as much as I could, so I had to do as little of the slow walking animation as possible.
And just so the channel owner knows, it's in follower-only chat mode. I don't know if you wanted that or not, but just so you know.
So there, you're meant to grab onto the ice as you're sliding down it, but you can just kind of hold to the left as you run down it, as you fall down it, and grab onto the cliff beside it, rather than actually trying to grab one halfway down, which saves you a little bit of climbing.
It's not in follower-only mode anymore, so you're all free to talk.
Okay, so that is the end of the intro. So the intro bit is where like 90% of my resets happened, so I'm really happy I got through that without any mishaps.
Yeah, it's a good start.
It was a very good start, yeah. And yeah, because I skipped the bit where her hair unloads, it's meant to unload her hair and give her a hood, but you skipped the bit that her hair unloads, so back there you probably saw her hair sticking out through the back of her hood, which I think might be what Ruba was laughing at. I'm not sure.
I've just seen we've got an amazing donation already, and I'm just trying to get to the page so I can read it out for you. We haven't ignored it, don't worry. Ah, okay. It's £50 from Mr. Tao, and it says, "Go zed0."
Oh,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Tao. Yeah, big shout out to Tao. He's one of my regular watchers, so great to see him. He's one of the 2 people that are currently beating me at this game, so he can tell you when I do things wrong.
And then we've got another £2 donation from, what's the name? Cryptic84. Thank you so much. And the message is, keep up the good work, I believe.
Thanks.
Cryptic84.
Crypto.
Oh my gosh, it's going so well already. And if you're to be eligible for the raffle prizes, please select let UWCS see your contact information, otherwise we won't be able to send you an email or whatever in case you win.
So it's not really a skip, but if you just spam take your gun out here, then her glow stick just lights up with magic, and in the cutscene she's suddenly using her glow stick. Ooh, where am I going? I've got completely lost that. So this start of the game bit is fairly linear. This whole level in Syria is a flashback level, so most of the game takes part in that kind of snowy area that we were in the intro. But you do have to do the intro and then this snowy level before you can get to the more kind of open world style stuff. So there's not a huge amount of kind of sequence breaks we can do right at the start.
Yeah, I think the start's the most normal part of this game, and then it gets weird. The speedrun anyway. The game's very good casually though. Highly recommend it, and like everyone play it.
I think it's when you get the bow where the game gets a little bit more broken.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I'm going to do another jump, and I'm going to try and not quite make it properly. Yeah, so you see how I landed with my knee on it? That skips a cutscene that's like 5 seconds long. Oh no, that was pretty bad. Rip. Rip run.
Rip.
Spam throw in chat.
Rip.
Yeah, you can make it directly to that ledge, except I'm messing it up an awful lot. You meant to go for those ledges on the left, but you don't need that at all, and that's probably the first time I've messed that up in a very long time.
It's Twitch nerves, don't worry.
Yeah. So if you are afraid of creepy crawlies, then you might want to look away for like the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But this bit's basically just an auto-scroller where you go through this creepy passage, and halfway through there's a surprise skeleton.
It's not a surprise now, that is.
Well, people might not also be surprised. It's not really that much of a surprise because I've got the brightness way up, so you can see it before she even turns her glow stick on.
I have to say I jumped when I first played it with like regular brightness.
Yeah. The game audio might be quite low as well, but it does have a kind of jump scare sound effect as well.
Also, thanks for all the comments, everyone. It's really nice to see so many people tuning into this because, like, last year I think we had most like 20 viewers, so this is already insane.
Yeah, it's really cool you've all come out to.
If you're playing with the no loads plugin, then you reload there because you can avoid her getting up. So these kind of spears just appeared behind us. Which, fortunately for us, we can clip through if I could actually get the clipping to work. Which, if you do it perfectly, it only saves like 20 seconds. I'm mostly doing it kind of for the demonstration of it, rather than because I think it's going to save me time at this point.
Yeah, the reason we're doing it during SGDQ is because this is a university, and our term dates, we do this in week 10 of our term, and this just happens to be overlapping. There's nothing we can do about it, really.
Yeah, it was all kind of booked and decided like long before we knew SGDQ dates. It's unfortunate, but come hang out in the breaks.
Yeah. If there's a run you don't like at SGDQ, come here. Or HGDQ, sorry.
So this bit's a little bit scary, just because if I go too far to the right, then I fall through the world, and if I go too far to the left, then everything breaks. But yeah, we managed it. That's nice. That skips like 20 seconds and a couple of puzzles. That's quite nice. Probably didn't get a full-on time save because it's okay just to clip in at the start. But it does disable our rolls, so, or our sprint even, so I reload that just so I'm able to run again. And here there's you can get this mega jump here if you jump at just the right time. And there's quite a lot of kind of slippery surfaces that you're meant to slide down, but you can use melee to climb up them and jump up to the ledge.
Yeah, thanks for everyone turning up. But if there's any Square Enix developers watching or Crystal Dynamics, could you just like turn off, because we want all these glitches in Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to finding all of the ways in which Shadow of the Tomb Raider is broken. So, given most of these are quite hard to find unless you're really looking for them, if you are a developer and you think you should fix these, please don't.
Yeah, to answer some of the questions in chat, this is Warwick University. It is all just people from the university for now, this year anyway. We're all either current or ex-students running. There's a lot of speedrunners here. It seems to be like a collection, but we are hoping to open it up to like the rest of the UK next year, because we've seen like how many people would like to join us.
So you might have seen I just kind of jumped off a wall there. That you can kind of axe climb up there and just skip out a puzzle. It only saves like 10 seconds, but it's still an easy time save. And now is one of the bits I commonly mess up, so hopefully I won't.
Come on, we believe.
You can jump around. This is not the intended route for this, if you hadn't realised. Yeah, and we're good.
Oh, we've got some more donations. Ryan M, It Begins, GLHF, £6. Thank you, Ryan M. I believe you're in the room.
Thanks, Ryan.
And Hudson BTW, lots of love and good luck on the runs from the Uni of Surrey. Thank you for £5.
Thanks, Surrey.
Thank you, Surrey. Much appreciated.
So yeah, that's the end of Syria, and yeah, when I'm running without being at a marathon, I like 95% of my resets will be within Intro or Syria. So from here on in, it's pretty all good.
There we go, we've got another £4 bringing us up to 69 from Sam Hyde. Damn, I hope this stream goes well or it's my ass on the line. It is indeed Sam. He's one of our organisers who you saw in the, he helped introduce the stream. Yeah,
and big shout out to all the organisers, especially Tanks, DJ and Sam, because without you guys none of this would have happened. Alright, so now we're back in the Siberian wilderness where we were before. Which is where most of the game happens. Yeah, this deep snow here and the next little section is the longest. We have to walk through it. After that, we've mostly got ways of skipping around the snow.
You need to change your pins to where you can use
Yeah, indeed. Only 351 to go until the next big milestone. Thanks for that, dictionary.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
Oh, we've got all kinds of unis from the UK in chat. We've got, what can I see here? York, Sheffield, Harlem. Oh, some good ones.
So yeah, this is just a little bit which teaches you about crafting and things. Unfortunately, we have to walk around kind of slowly to get these crafting components, but we don't really need to bother with them for the rest of the game. We mostly get them from enemy drops and just they're places that we need to go anyway for the rest of the game. But we haven't found a way to not do this bit yet.
Oh, we've got Kings in London and Australia. That is definitely in the UK, I agree.
Oh wow, big shout out to Australia.
Yeah, you're I was gonna say it must be slow for you, but it's Switch, so it's everywhere. I'm an idiot, it's cool.
Alright, so it does slow you down massively there, but if you just stop holding forward for a moment, you can go fast again. Well, I say go fast, go not quite as slow.
Yeah, crafting is actually a big part of the Tomb Raider games, so making weapons, upgrading your weapons so you're more powerful and stronger, but I don't think we do much of it in the run, do we?
Not much. We do actually craft another gun. Okay, and one of the, like, reasonable bits of RNG we have in this game is that in the intro we sometimes don't quite get enough XP for our first skill, but this time we have, so that saves about 10 seconds. So we get the Lightfoot skill, which lets us do this kind of jump roll, which is the fastest form of movement in the game. We basically jump roll everywhere we can.
Oh, we've got Sleepless in chat, who's, I don't know if he's a mod yet, but he's one of our execs, so everyone say hi to Sleepless.
So this bear appears in a moment. He's our friend for a little while. He chases us around.
I love that bear. It's sad that... Oh, okay, no spoilers. I won't spoil it.
Well, I'll spoil it. In the game, you have to go back and kill the bear, but in the speedrun, it's all happy because you don't. You just let him live in his cave and you go elsewhere.
Oh, and you both live happily ever after. It's a good ending.
Yeah, this is supposed to be like a big tutorial for like crafting new equipment and stuff, and you go around, collect stuff to get poison arrows, and then go back to the bear and defeat it with the poison arrows.
Yeah. So Lara has a kind of big vision of her past here, and then you learn how to use healing stuff as well. But fortunately, we don't actually really need it.
Oh, we've got another donation for 20 quid. Amazing. From Robert Thomas. Best of luck. Heart from Fragsock and York. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Fragsock.
This is awesome.
Yeah, shouts to Fragsock.
Yeah, because everyone so far who's donated, you're awesome, and everyone watching is awesome.
So yeah, it's telling us about these healing herbs that it wants us to pick up, but actually you can heal without them, so we don't bother. And although we do want a healing kit later in the game, we lose all our equipment at one point, so there's no point in picking it up now. Alright, so we've put a bandage on ourselves and now we're fully healthy. So she says, looks like the path goes all the way through. You've got to get past that bear because she wants to get over there, but actually we can just walk straight over there.
Of course.
So if you stand on this little noggin and aim and back scramble, that's our usual method of kind of getting out of bounds from this point on.
Did you explain how that works yet?
Well, you aim and back scramble and you can sometimes get through various bits of terrain. We think it's because there's basically like an elastic rod between Lara and the camera, and it changes how the hitboxes on that work. So I just went back into that tunnel a bit to get a loading trigger so that you trigger that cutscene. And you're meant to go all through that kind of Soviet installation, but you can actually jump over on that little bit there and through there, and that avoids all of the death planes that are stopping you from just jumping out of the world.
No death planes can stop him now. Yeah, we said this was a broken game, and it is very much a broken game.
Yeah, so you're meant to be kind of over on the right where those people were, and they shoot at you and get angry and things. But you can just run over here, and we can throw another one just for fun while we wait for this barrier to die.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Pessimism, for telling us this game is on sale on Steam at the moment.
So
I recommend
this
it.
window is also optional, so we can just kind of roll through that. And because it's a so-called stealth kill there, we can just kill them in one hit, rather than actually having to fight them properly.
Ben, we have a question.
We have a question.
So
What's
how
the
close is this to world record or PB pace? You're 19 minutes exactly in real time.
Real time, I'm not sure. I'm probably not that far behind my PB pace, because we're just going to reload here so that we can do the next skip consistently. Yeah, I'm probably not that far behind PB pace because I haven't made any major slip-ups. I mean, I didn't get the intro out of bounds particularly quickly, but I've probably lost at most kind of 30 seconds. So here you can just kind of walk through there if you're climbing up onto a ledge, because I think the yeah, you can just roll through that wall. There's meant to be a death plane here, but we jump around it. So we basically want to get over that bridge, but you can't get over the top of it, or at least we haven't. If you find a way to, then tell us.
We've just got a £100 donation from Anonymous. Good luck, everyone.
Oh,
thank you, Anonymous, whoever you are. Thank you so much.
Messed myself up here by jumping.
That's so much money. Like, oh my god, this is incredible.
Oh, thank you very much, Anonymous.
Yeah, this really is really incredible. I did not expect this much money coming in straight away.
Yeah, this is like, crazy.
Wow, crazy.
So we kind of go up here and do our little like slide trick again to get up the slippery surfaces. And this lets us skip, like on the right of us, this is the whole first kind of open world area. But we can just ignore the entire thing. Yeah, aiming basically breaks walls. So if you get the right angle while you're aiming, you can kind of just walk backwards through walls. That's what I'm doing there. And we're just going to walk over here and hit a cutscene trigger so we can get to the next part of the game.
The fastest form of movement is jump rolling.
Yeah, especially uphill, jump rolling is a lot faster than just running. In fact, even jumping is faster than running, you can just jump forwards. So we get put in jail here, this is the bit where we get our kit taken away from us. So we kind of break out of jail. So you're meant to do what we're doing here and break through this wall, and then you're meant to come back into this room and break through the kind of cell door up there. But fortunately we can get out of this next room via a slightly unconventional method. So we can't actually roll here, which is our usual method of doing clips. But we do have a bow, which means that we can aim, and we can also jump up here. So we can kind of slide along the radiator and if we aim and stop aiming at just the right time.
Some of the tricks look like they might take a while, but actually they save so much time that it's like incredibly worth it.
Now I'm sort of up there, but yeah, there we go. Right, sometimes it looks like you're up here, and the moment you jump, you fall down again. But yeah, so that skips a whole load of walking along behind a guy called Jacob, who's one of the main characters in this game. And we reload there just so that we can roll again. And just as it loaded in, I picked up 2 wood and I picked up 2 feathers there. That's good RNG. The wood, you can get 1 or 2 wood, and if you only get 1, then you need to pick some more up later because we need to craft some arrows. Yeah, this door was the first one I learned to clip, and I'm still really bad at it. Right, now we're through. It's kind of a double door, like it's got 2 layers.
They probably should have thought twice about putting someone who can clip through walls in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird that.
Yeah.
I don't know where else they would get put her though.
Yeah.
So on the left we could have gone over and got the rifle and the cans, like you can craft explosive cans, but we can skip all of that, which is quite nice. So we're just going to craft some arrows while we're walking along slowly here. If you are speedrunning this and you're a beginner, then I do suggest you go and get the assault rifle because it makes some of the fights a lot easier. And it only loses like 20 seconds or so, so if you are a beginner, then go for it. Also, if anybody is thinking of speedrunning this game, then Lemi has a fantastic tutorial you can follow.
There's a Discord as well.
Yeah, I clipped through there because it means a load of enemies don't spawn. I clipped through there because if we don't kill the enemies, we can't get through that door otherwise.
We've just got a comment from Hudson BTW. Holy shit, I can't believe I've never seen a run of this. It's really interesting. Yeah, this is what everyone says, I think. Like, they don't really expect a Lara Croft game to be quite this broken.
Yeah, so I forgot to mention, we jumped down those stairs because it skips a whole load of talking on the radio. This guy in front of us is Jacob, who's the guy who we were meant to break out of jail with, but because we abandoned him, he must have got out himself somehow. And there's just a kind of swimming section, so this is basically an auto-scroller, just hold forwards for this bit, and then there's like a 30-second cutscene. So this is my normal break during this game. So I might have a drink of water in a moment. Oh yeah, you have to hold shift as well.
If the mods could allow the link that Limi just posted to the it's the link to the Tomb Runner Discord. So if one of the mods could allow that link, that would be great. Also, we've just got another $10 Canadian donation from Joe. Canada says hi.
Thanks,
you,
Canada.
Joe. Thanks, Canada. Hi, Canada.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, I think
I just
the
wobbled
camera
the
just wobbled a bit.
Right, yeah. So this is just an unskippable cutscene, so I'm just going to take a breather quickly.
Yeah. Something I feel compelled to point out is this game actually looks really, really good. It just looks really terrible when Zed is playing on the absolute lowest settings. And when you click out of bounds and things, the game has no idea what to do, and everything looks terrible. But it is actually a really beautiful game.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful game, but also we skip a lot of the places where it would normally unload a lot of the textures and things, so it just takes up so much memory if you like so much more memory than when you're casually playing it. Yeah, so the helicopter turned up and was just chasing us for a bit. I can't even remember why. I think just because they hate us.
Yeah.
So we kind of jump roll as much as possible of this, but a lot of it's kind of risky to do because, like, for example, if I rolled when I came off here, then you just fall into the water immediately.
Oh, there we go. We've got a link to the Tomb Runner Discord. That's all of the Tomb Raider games, not just this one. There's a lot of Tomb Raider games.
Tomb Raider 2013 is on the same engine, and I believe Shadow will also be on the same engine. So hopefully they'll also have a lot of the same ways in which it's broken.
Yeah, we're all pretty hyped for Shadow to come out, and we're really hoping it's the same engine because then we've got half of
It's definitely the same engine. I'm just hoping they haven't fixed it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we pick up some cloth, which is great. Cloth is probably the most valuable resource in the game for us now because we need it to craft Molotov type things, and it's also used for healing. And we're willing to heal.
We've got a question. What's the spec of your PC?
David probably knows better than I do.
I believe it's like i7-7700K or something.
It's a Ryzen of some sort.
Oh yeah, it's a Ryzen.
Someone else wants to spec your PC.
David, come and tell them the spec of Ben's PC.
Oh god.
So from memory, I'm the one that spec'd it and built it. It's a GTX 1080. It's a Ryzen R7 1700 with 16 or 32 gigs of RAM.
32. Yeah.
It's got the stock stock cooler for the Ryzen R700.
Sorry.
This is a good bit.
Oh, I've messed this up. Okay, well I can explain that next time I do it because that probably looks a bit weird for some people. That's probably the first time I've messed it up in quite a long time.
It's okay. So as we said, it's
Twitch nerves.
Twitch nerves.
And it's the best animation in the game. So.
Yeah, so it's called skywalking. It's basically a bug from the well, I don't know if it's a bug. It's a glitch from the previous game. So this was found like super quickly when this new game came out. So if you kind of turn uphill when you land on a slippery surface, then you can control yourself, and the controls are completely impossible. Like, it's really hard to control it.
She looks so stupid.
Yeah. So a lot, like why I'm swinging the camera around like this is the direction you go is very dependent on where the camera's facing. Right, so this enables a big kind of sequence break. So there's massive area over there called the it's like tin mines or something. Copper mine, that's it. Copper mill possibly. So we skip all that and we go craft a new weapon because otherwise we won't have a pistol because they confiscated our pistol in the jail and we never got it back. Casually you go and get your pistol back, but we didn't.
We've just got another donation again from Cryptic84. Thank you again. It's another £2. You can do it, and you can do it. Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, so you're meant to hit a trigger just on that bridge where you talk to Jacob and you follow him along the mines. So they don't really expect people to get to the other side of this bridge, so all of the terrain is just completely walkable. But it does mean that we can't get to the next area unless we hit a load trigger, which is almost entirely in bounds, apart from a little bit and I'm just waiting for some text to appear for saying we click the load trigger. Which hopefully I'll pick that one. I just have to be careful not to click and bounce. There we go.
There we go.
Now I have to carefully run along here, and if I go too far to the left, I'll go in bounds, and I'll have to reload from that campfire. And if I go too far right, then I'll fall out of the world, as you will see in a moment. Yeah, so the ledge only goes that far on the right, so if you go any further, then you fall to the imp, and you also have to reload. And this is a kind of action sequence, but we're a lot further forward in it than we should be. So those guys that were just behind me, they're meant to be like way ahead of you, and you're meant to have like no chance of catching up with them.
We've got another question. How long does a casual playthrough of this game take?
I don't know.
Me personally, I'm like 20 hours in and I'm not done, but I do everything.
Yeah,
so.
you're like 100%.
Yeah, it's got loads of open world elements, so there's loads of optional stuff you can collect and build loads of like weapons, and there's some DLC. I think if a mainline playthrough is probably like 12 hours or something like that.
Yeah, 9 to 12 hours I reckon, because Mr. Tower said it's about 9, so yeah, depends on your skill level. And 5UB, Fiverr, says, I'm loving the chairs. Thank you. They're from our sponsor, Noble Chairs.
Yeah. They're really comfy.
They are really
They are
comfy.
really comfy,
Yeah, shout out to Noble Chairs for giving these to us for this.
So I got kind of bad RNG from the drops from those people. You mostly want cloth, but we did get 2 cloth earlier, so it's fine. So we didn't get any cloth there, but that's fine. We can look at that.
Oh, it is fibre. I'm glad that did I pronounce that correctly? Oh, never mind.
So we're not actually meant to have the climbing arrow here, so that was a big kind of sequence break getting up there that we weren't meant to do. But it does help us get a lot of the things we're not meant to do. So yeah, I should probably explain at the end of the skywalk that sequence break means that we can get up a lot of surfaces later that we're not meant to. So this mine section, we have to kill this guy or he spots us, which is annoying because they try to shoot us. So you're meant to kill all these guys and go around, and then we put a ladder up just here. But you can, if I get it. Yeah, there you go. First time I'm happy with. So you can just kind of clip up that if you've got high enough FPS and you do use it aim back scramble glitch. And you're meant to open the other one, like you're meant to use those bits of machinery to open one of these doors, but we don't bother.
Yeah, casually, this is a really long sequence of like a 3-part puzzle.
Yeah, you're meant to like pull these ropes and open those doors, but we can skip right to the last one.
And the guy who talked a little while ago, J_in chat, is the one running all of our streaming setup, and like he's done so much work for this. So everyone say thanks to Jay.
Yeah, big thanks to Jay. He designed like all of the stream layouts and did all the programming for all that stuff, which is fantastic, and it's helping us compete with SGDQ.
He's the one sat behind the camera at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so the moment that starts wobbling, we can go over here and pick this up. Yeah, we've got enough stuff to make some more arrows, so it doesn't. You don't need to get that, but it's quite nice to have some extra arrows just in case.
There you go, praise Jay indeed.
Yeah, I don't know how long that skip saves, but it's probably a few minutes. And the door suddenly appears here because we haven't really broken through it, so you just kind of fall through the door.
Just kind of fly through the door, that's amazing. Timmy333 says better than GDQ, we'll take it.
Alright, so we're meant to go through to the geothermal valley, which is another one of the big open world kind of areas here. This is one of the least consistent flips in the game. But yeah, we can kind of go skirt round most of it, which saves quite a lot of time. And you have to go right to the side there when you flip back in bounds, or back out when you flip out of bounds, or you miss the water and just fall to your death.
Every time you pull out your bow, I'm like, oh, what is he going to shoot? And then I'm like,
I do occasionally shoot things, but
occasionally.
mostly barrels and things. Like, I very rarely shoot enemies with my bow. Unless the final boss. So, surprise wall.
You would be surprised watching this run how much combat is in this game. There is quite a lot of combat in this game normally.
Yeah, you seem to avoid like probably 99% of the combat.
So this is kind of as close to we get as the main part of the geothermal valley if you've played this casually. We kind of run up to the top of it, and it's all out of bounds, and as you can see we can't really see what's going on at the moment. This ledge can be a bit finicky, so Limi or Tao in chat will probably tell me off for being new at this bit.
Yeah, the pressure when some actual like veteran runners are watching. I mean, you're a veteran
runner
runner of this.
big shout out to Limi and Tao, and I don't know if they're watching, but like Genesis, Fallen Ultima, Eloquence, all those people.
Tao leave you in chat.
Yeah.
Like the community for this is fantastic. So yeah, we just use a campfire. You can kind of spot on the ground by the glow. And if you reload checkpoints, it actually loads in the entire level properly.
It's like, surprise, I was here all along.
So we're actually going to see this little bit quite a lot because of some of the sequence breaks we do. We're at the start of the sequence break now, so you're meant to go through the archives. So that area on the right is the geothermal valley. And you're meant to go and talk to the kind of villagers there and help them against the big bosses, the big enemies and so on. Which leads you into the the archives. They called it something archives. I can't remember what archives. But you can get in the back here if you go through this wall.
Al says Zedu's doing amazingly.
So there's this nice bit of water here, which means you can just swim right into the back because normally there's a big underwater passage there, and because we never get the rebreather, we can't actually ever get through that. So fortunately we can just swim round on the surface.
Shout out to the big box under the world.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I assume it was like their placeholder when they started creating the level or something.
We had a question, what special effect? Oh, thank you. 5 answered it anyway. It's a gamers charity. They help disabled gamers play games, basically. They're an amazing charity. Who else raises money for special
Insomnia
effects?
raised
Or Insomnia,
money for
the UK-based LAN, that they have like 2,000 or 3,000 people coming. They raise money for special effect as well. They're a really good charity.
Is their website specialeffect.org?
I think so, yeah, specialeffect.org. And
yeah, there should be a donation link and a link to their website below Twitch.
yeah, for any new people, you can type bang donate in chat, exclamation donate, and that'll give you a link. And for every £2 you donate, you get a raffle ticket, and we have over £1,000 worth of prizes. It ranges from like really nice peripherals to like plushies of various like animals and games and
I
stuff like
imagine
that.
one of the breaks will show off all the prizes.
Yeah, we'll go through the prizes at some point. Okay, I've been told you can do exclamation mark prizes to see all the prizes if someone wants to. Someone wants to do that.
So we effectively do this puzzle here. There's this puzzle to move that big statue up there, and kind of blow up all these supports, and you need to get the barrels there and blow up the supports. So we do it fairly casually, like we try and optimize it as much as we can. But these next barrels can be the most run-killing thing in the entire game. Like they go everywhere and like to knock you about and things like that.
It's specialeffect.org.uk, sorry, not just .org. Thank you for the couple of people who pointed that out.
I kind of stood in front of the barrel.
Yeah, this section casually is actually really difficult. You have to get these explosive barrels to go into the water in just the right way to not blow up and get to the statue. You have to do it in 3 different separate locations. It's one of those places where you can spend like half an hour here casually.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
So we shoot that barrel, and we can actually kick the barrel you saw on the bottom right. We can kick the barrel by our feet while we're doing that, which means it moves across during the cutscene. And we do the same thing with this ammo. So coming up is the kind of big, most weird skip in the game, certainly, and I have no idea how to explain it properly. So I'll try and explain it as I'm going along. This is a kind of big change from the last time I ran this at WASD. Alright, so we're by the campfire and we shoot that barrel. And I've got a button bound to both escape and use, because the game lets you bind to two things at once. So I press it just then, press escape, I'm in the campfire menu, so I press left now, and then we can get into the quick travel menu while we're in the cutscene. So then it kind of goes black for a bit, and Lara does actually die here. So I do take a death deliberately. And then it reloads the game, and we're just standing casually by the campfire. So I'm going to use the campfire because I want a couple of skills.
Like, who found this skip? Like, who does this sequence of events to discover?
So now we can just get up from the campfire, and we mystically travel back to the geothermal valley. So we skip like the entire exit sequence of the archives, which used to take a few minutes.
Like, what?
It's obvious, really.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it's so
really.
obvious.
I've never seen that before. Wow.
No, it's crazy.
That's up there. It's one of the most ridiculous skips I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm more impressed that they
So-
found it than it exists.
Yeah, so when we get back in, we'd have to go over here again in order to... we need to come back over here to trigger one of the NPCs that we need to spawn to progress in the game. So, although it looks like I'm going back to the place I just went, I'm only going to go to the entrance, and hopefully I'll get some XP and some text. No, it doesn't do the text. The text is the important one, you don't care about the XP. So yeah, so that flooded archives text is what you need to appear. So I'll have a quick go at climbing up this tree, but I'm really bad at it, so I'll probably fail this.
Got another tomb runner person
fair
here,
enough.
Eloquence. Hello.
Oh, hello, Elephants. So I'm doing kind of the old strats because climbing up that tree is quite a lot better, but quite a lot faster, but you can still get up fairly quickly. So that, going over there triggers Jonah to here. We're just going to grab some healing herbs because we'll need them later in the run. So this guy in the blue outfit, he's our friend. He's in all three games and he looks like completely different in each game. But then, as soon as we've met him, he immediately gets captured or something. So we have to go up to the research base to get him back before we can continue on the rest of the story of the game. For some reason, this cutscene never skips.
They want to show off the mountains.
Yeah, very beautiful mountains. So we kind of talk over the radio here for a bit to Sophia, but she tells us to go and get the climbing arrows, which this is the area we came to and got the climbing arrows at before, so we don't actually pick them up, we can just move. Just go straight down here. So you can see out to the route. What am I doing? Excuse me, that was really stupid.
It's okay.
I just jumped off the aerial runway for no apparent reason.
That's okay.
Yeah, spam throw in chat.
Oh, okay. I've got to spam. zed0 has a throw emote that we use on his streams whenever he does anything slightly bad, and it's very fun. There you go. There's a couple of us who are subscribed to him and have the emote.
So this area on the left is the big area that we skipped when we did the bridge skip near the start of the game, and the area that we ran through to get to the skywalk area earlier in the game. You come back here loads if you play casually. But we only kind of go around the edges of it in the speed run.
Yes, it is Hudson.
And if you place the arrow in just the right place here, then you only need one arrow rather than two arrows to get up to the wall. This slight optimization coming up where, if you remember the deep throw from earlier in the game, if you land on that rock and roll, then you can roll through almost all the deep snow rather than spending like 10 seconds wading through it.
How can you get that FPS counter? I believe it's called DX Tory, is that the one?
Yeah, this is DX Tory, it's just a trial version.
Yeah, just the trial version of DX Tory is like DXTORY. You can look it up.
So this is a bit weird. So you kind of up-clip Lara through the ceiling using our normal method, but the camera stays stuck down here for quite a long time. So because of the kind of elastic rod between the camera and Lara, you have to kind of reunite it by moving it over to somewhere that there's actually a hole in the wall where you need to move it over to a hole in the wall where the camera can actually get back to Lara. And then we can run along this next section. So we're running over kind of these caves, which we can do fine. The reason we want to be out of bounds here is that it lets us skip a massive section of the research base. And I know I can't see anything, but you just have to run forwards here, so it's fine.
It's so surreal, like, you get so desensitized to watching him run out of bounds, but if you actually think about it, like, what? This is like the background scenery.
So, it's very easy to get lost here when you first learn to run this, like, super easy. And I have to jump over here to hit a load trigger, and then we just go back up the hill on the right, with the tree we get out of the way.
Thank you. We have another £2 donation from Tom Lee. Hello, thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Your ticket is in the raffle. Yeah, another shout out for the donation link. Exclamation donate in chat.
Have we got enough raffle tickets? We're going to need a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's all done through the Just Giving page, so.
You with your fancy electronic raffle.
We never see any of the money, so we can be trusted.
Yeah, the money goes straight through Just Giving to charity.
Yeah, so really Tao, I chickened out on doing the other jump. There's another jump round there you can do, which is maybe like a second faster. So by coming down over that bridge and down here on the right, we skip out this entire bit where you're meant to go up to that research base, which I'm trying to point the camera at, but I need to keep going in this direction. You're meant to go up to the research base, and there's a load of enemies you need to fight, and it's kind of hard to survive it without extra equipment, but fortunately we can come down here and just skip the entire thing. So if you look up to the right, it's like all that stuff up there.
And shout out to the Viral Cyrix for subscribing with Twitch Prime, so thank you very much for that as well. Yeah, but if you did want to donate, then we suggest donating through the link because they're not connected at the moment, but we can probably sort something out. But like, for the raffle, it's all through the Just Giving link.
So yeah, we kind of jump into that cutscene and come to this fight, and this is casually by far the hardest fight in the game, and even speedrunning, it's known as horrible fight. I possibly messed it up because that guy saw me earlier than he was meant to.
Oh, awesome! We've got a couple more donations. That Robin with £10. Do you try and break all games you play like this? Keep up the great work.
So unfortunately we've blown up an extra barrel, so we weren't meant to destroy most of the barrels there, we were only meant to destroy one, so we could blow another one up and kill these guys. But it's okay, we can salvage the situation. We did use an awful lot of ammo though, so hopefully one of these guys will have ammo.
Yeah, this part of the speedrun actually possibly blows my mind the most out of any of it, because like that is so difficult casually. You're supposed to take it really slow, keep going in and out of the water to sneak attack them over and over, just to take them on head on. I died so many times in that section just trying to do it really safely.
Yeah, like there is a very specific sequence, and if you break that sequence, then usually it's quickly just reloads and try and salvage the situation. But that time it wasn't too bad.
We have another donation, another £2 from Anonymous. What version of Skyrim is this?
It's the Alexa version.
Yeah, this is the Alexa version.
Okay, so I've only got 6 arrows and 7 bullets, so that's a little scary. But it should be fine. I'll work it out. So now having gone and saved Jonah, we can go down to find out the mysteries of the valley. I can't really remember the reason we come down here. We're trying to stop this mysterious organisation called Trinity from getting their hands on something or other.
And I just want to say we've broken the £200 mark now.
Oh, good job.
Yeah,
That's
it's incredible. It's incredible.
like £200 more than we raised last year. So fantastic.
Yeah, this is so good.
Yeah, I want to say this is the 4th WASD, is that right?
I think it's third.
Third, yeah,
Third.
our third one.
But this is the first time we've really kicked it up and raised
Yeah.
money for charity and stuff.
Production quality is through the roof
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah. We have a lot more runs as well. I think previously we only had maybe like 5, 6, something like that.
Yeah. This time we're on until early hours of Wednesday. It's crazy.
So I hate getting out of bounds here. This jump is really annoying. I've forgotten what my setup is, so I'll just go and mush myself up the wall and hopefully work it out. The reason I'm not just jumping directly up to this ledge to my left is that it starts like a little cutscene where she goes, "Wow, this is amazing," or something. Okay, there we go. And now you have to kind of stay behind this invisible wall to stay out of bounds here, which I've done.
I just need to give a shout out to CompSoc as a whole. We've through entry fees for this event, we've now raised £60 for special effects, so thank you for that donation. We're now at £270. Holy crap.
So by going around here, we've skipped this entire orrery section, which is this big kind of puzzle where you're meant to go and swing on these things. And I've pressed escape here because I've just kind of jumped into a bit of the level that hasn't loaded yet. And if you don't wait for it to load, then you just fall into the abyss. But you want to jump before it does load, because otherwise there's a wall in between you and the next bit. So you have to walk around a different way, which has a cutscene trigger. And this is another one of the fairly recent discoveries called Aerodynamic. So you're meant to come up here, and there's meant to be this big kind of cutscene with the Deathless, who are like the guards guys. If you get on Arrow, you can jump up here and into the cutscene, and the guys quite nicely just ignore you. Unfortunately, it means he skips a bit with the trigger which gets us the grappling hook. But I found a very small area where the trigger is out of bounds. Didn't get there, but that's why I'm doing this crazy looking jump. Oh no, this has gone badly. Alright, save.
Yeah, Zed is making all these jumps and clips really easy, but if you actually try them, like you can spend 10,
like this
15
one,
minutes.
I'm being kind of extra cautious on this because I don't want to die.
Yeah, he's been practicing this for like, what, 2 years now? Has it been 2 years? More?
I started like 6 months after this game came out, so
Yeah, a long time.
whenever
It takes
that
a long
is.
time, but it's like, speedrunning is pretty rewarding. We're both speedrunners as well. It's fun. If anyone thinks they want to pick it up and get into it, then this
Okay,
is a
so
great
there we
place
got
to
the
start.
XP, so we got the grappling hook, which we need to progress in the game. So, fortunately, we can keep going out of bounds round to another point rather than going around inbounds. Hopefully, I will land back on a bridge at the moment.
No, it's not David. You can hear in the background. He wants to clear the record.
Right.
Yeah, you can't see it, but there's a giant lamplight like just over there. So
Yeah, in the break, I imagine there'll be a camera on it so you can see it.
Yeah, you'll have land cam while we do all the setups.
So if you aim while you walk onto this bridge, it doesn't hold you onto the bridge, so you can jump over to this little ledge here, and then clip out of bounds again here, which skips these absolutely awful fights. You have to fight the Deathless, and like with the we've basically got no upgrade equipment at all. And with the equipment, like fighting them is a complete nightmare. But fortunately, we can kind of run on a bridge over all the three.
yeah, the Deathless, as their name implies, are pretty hard to kill.
This is being a bit nasty, this clip. Normally I get it like immediately. don't know what I've done to angle this computer. That's not the way I want to play.
I've done it.
I don't know why this keeps being so nasty to me.
Amy says try a reload then.
No, we got it.
Oh, nice. Okay, just
We got it.
yeah.
So that guy who was walking there, he's just part of the scenery. You literally just walk right through him. It's not as much part of the scenery as some of the later death lists. Like some of the ones later are literally 2D painted on the ground.
Are we having problems with game sound? Okay.
The
No
game
game's
audio is
fixed.
pretty quiet for me.
Okay. Yeah, no game sound. Okay, sorry about that. We'll try and fix it.
It's quite loud now. Okay, apparently I've forgotten how to do
No,
this.
the game sound being off was not on purpose. Whoops. And sorry about the background noise. There's a lot of people here.
So coming up, we've got I can't remember what it's called. It's like a melee slide glitch. So you do a melee slide and then you aim, which I can bounce my mouse wheel. And if you aim on the right frame, then it kind of freezes you in your animation. You just slide forwards. And if you quickly change weapon and jump, then you can get a double jump from that. So that's how we get out of that ledge without dying.
Matthews TV. I assume you're a Warwick person or you live too. Hudson says, tell everyone at the land to be quiet. Maybe I should get someone to go around and tell everyone to quiet down.
You possibly just turn some of the mics down.
Yeah, someone's going to tell everyone to quiet down a little bit.
Not sure how successful that
Yeah,
was.
there's a lot of people. I think it's. I'm gonna like point out who I think is being loud.
Just point at them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we come crashing through the ceiling here, and this is us going to the going to the old town, the Lost City, which is some forgotten city where some artifact of great power or immortality or something is stowed.
Nah, they were being loud, Hudson, don't worry, I knew you were joking.
Yeah, there's this little cutscene here. We know how to get into this cutscene into the area of this cutscene without triggering it. Unfortunately, we can't get back into the area without dying, so it's not a very helpful skip at the moment. If you can work out how to get past that without waiting for the animation,
Got a
then
couple more
let us know.
donations if you've got. Are you good? Can I read them out?
Yeah, go for some donations.
Okay, we have £20. Thank you very much from Don Creevy. He says, former computer sci Warwick alum here. That's amazing. Glad to see you guys running events and giving up your time for charity. Is Stephen Jarvis still giving his legendary entertaining lectures? Yes. Yes, he is.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, Dom.
There's another,
And we have,
there's another clip here that I'll just explain
okay,
quickly. And
I'll
then
read
you
out the
can
next
read the
donation, yeah.
So we can. You're meant to like trebuchet all these gates and stuff, but fortunately we can clip through this gate, and you don't even actually need to clip through it. If you get that loading, or that save point that came up in the bottom right, you can just reload checkpoint and you're on the other side of the gate, which is nice. And just over here we've got another skywalk coming up.
Am I good to read out the next donation?
Wait a minute.
Okay, we have £3 from Eloquence. Shout out to the Tomb Runners community. Good luck with the rest of the run, Zedo.
Hey, Eloquence, thanks.
Thank you. Like, no matter how little you donate, like, it's super appreciated. And yeah, every £2 you get a raffle ticket, so it's like incentive to donate. And the prizes, if you type exclamation prizes, you can see what they are.
So running around here, we've skipped a massive section. We need to jump when we slipped through that wall, otherwise it falls to your doom. Yeah, we've skipped this. It's not a particularly long section. It's just like this kind of wave fight where you have to fight wave after wave of deathless. It just takes ages, especially with the equipment we've got at the moment. It's almost impossible. We can go up here and shout out to Taos Strats for getting up here, because here we jump up through a death floor, which kills you if you go down through it, but not if you go up through it. So yeah, I need to get over that wall. So it's just below where we were jumping there, and we come and get this checkpoint because otherwise it doesn't let you. I think it doesn't let you rest at the next checkpoint, which means that you can't. Oh no, if you don't get to the previous. Somewhere, for some reason, you need to go to that checkpoint. I think it just doesn't let you progress in the game somewhere.
Thank you, Centricity, I believe the name was, for the bits. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I didn't hear that one, Reba.
It's just Centricity donated 200, gave us 250 bits.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but again, raffle prizes is through the Just Giving link, so everything's appreciated.
So this strat is called Swag Strat. If you just go hold to the side, you can jump off here and hopefully not do what I just did and die. You can land on this tiny little ledge. So you can jump off this little bit of wood and get around here, and then I hate this jump, but we just about made it. And these stairs are meant to get blown up, which is why there's a climbable wall behind them. But we skipped the bit where the animation of them getting blown up plays.
I've been informed Centricity is a new person, so thank you very much. That is like super appreciated. I mean, like all donations are, obviously.
So this is also on our kind of final ascent to the boss battle, basically.
Oh my gosh, we've broken 300 pounds, guys!
Oh, height.
300 height!
Wasn't it like 5 minutes ago? Was it 200?
Yeah. The latest donation was £8 from Matthew Woods. Warwick legends never die. Kerberos is my poster boy.
So this climbing section can be really awkward. Quite a lot of the time whatever you press, she likes just to jump off. And yeah, these are the deaths on you can see on the floor there's people running past. You probably can't see anymore. There's people running past. Those are all 2D and painted on the floor, they're not actually 3D models. So yeah, they're firing trebuchets up here. And the camera's a bit weird here, and she likes to jump off. So this next ledge, I'm gonna grab it and then let go and then grapple onto it, and that skips an animation of a load of rocks falling on us, which we need to kind of hide from, so that skips a few seconds. But because we skipped that, we also skipped the animation where those guys up on the top right die. So those guys are just kind of chilling in midair now, trying to shoot us. You can climb up here, but it's really risky, so for marathon safety I'm not going to do it. Because she really likes just jumping off to the left or the right.
I'm missing a lot of the stream chat, this is sad. The girl looks like a hobbit, I'll take it.
That's
It's a good one.
okay.
Yeah, so this is why we got the pistol early. Basically, this is the only real place we need it. If you don't have the pistol here, then the game freezes. And this is known as the death run. You need to run past all these enemies. The first phase here isn't too bad because the Deathless and Trinity are fighting against each other, so they mostly focus on each other. It's the second phase which is a lot nastier. Okay, and I've only actually got 2 heals, which is a bit scary, because normally I'd expect to have like 3 or 4 at this point. So we heal, and jump out of bounds here, and I think I'm just going to wait here until I regain my health, just for safety. Just so that I can keep my health kit for later. So, this ice wall you're climbing, they are still shooting at you and they can easily knock you off, so if they knock you off you've got to do that whole kind of death run bit again. When you're on the wood you're usually safe, because you can usually grab on again. Yeah, okay, we're safe. Good. That was a good death run, that was fine. So this helicopter is effectively the boss of the game.
That was really smooth because that could go so badly.
Fortunately, they leave a load of explosive arrows here, infinite explosive arrows. This is meant to be kind of a cutscene, but you can shoot the fireball during the cutscene and it triggers the next phase of the boss anyway. So it's meant to be kind of explaining to you how to kill the boss. But yeah, you can just shoot the fireball while it's doing that, and it gets through the first phase of the boss quite quickly. So we're standing over in this corner because beside us there are infinitely spawning explosive arrows, which kill the Trinity guys in one shot and kill the Deathless guys in 2 shots. So that's by far the easiest way to kill them. How'd you go? Right.
We have 660 viewers because we're on the front page of Twitch. Yeah! 657. No pressure.
657.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was the first phase of the boss.
Yeah.
I'm reloading here because even though you're meant to kill the enemies, quite a lot of them usually survive the first round and then they come up and mess up your day when this helicopter's trying to kill you.
Yeah, and thanks for one of our sponsors, Twitch student, for sorting this out for us. This is insane.
So you're meant to fire the radio and we've got that, okay.
Nice.
So the moment that you hit the fireball, you can reload checkpoint to skip the animation of the helicopter while you're trying to crash. The spawning of these enemies is basically predetermined, assuming you always do the same thing. They will all spawn in the same place, but if you get off sequence, they sometimes do like slightly different things. But the AoE on these... Where on earth is the enemy? Okay, the enemies were far enough away from me the next phase happened anyway. So they blow up the top section of this building and then... I've still got a explosive arrow, so we, instead of using the trebuchet for this phase, we can just fire explosive arrows at him. And 5 explosive arrows we need to shoot at him. If he ever comes back. So I don't get stuck behind that pot. Where is he? Where the hell is it? Oh no, throw.
Oh, you got pretty trolled there.
Yeah, he's not meant to run round in that direction. Where is he? And because the save point's slightly after the start, I don't have both my explosive arrows. Right. I'm just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. So if you don't hit him first time, then it's not really worth hitting with the explosive arrows, and you just fall in the chopper, fall in the trebuchet as normal.
Helicopter is a bully.
Okay, so that's what quite often happens, and why I hate using the trebuchet, is because quite often when you call it in, they just fire it somewhere that's absolutely nowhere near the helicopter. Right, standing still. Right, okay. So we should be able to do our... We should have some explosive arrows left, so we can just go with them.
This is pretty near the end now. We're going to be very close to the estimate.
So we try and lure these guys over here. By far the quickest way of killing them is getting them to stand up to that and just shooting it. Oh, we've got some more ammo, so that's nice.
How close are we to time?
Probably a couple of minutes.
Yeah, hear that, Jay? We're a couple minutes out.
Oh no, that went badly.
I believe we've just had another donation. I think
Oh, we killed all of them, nice. So we've just got Constantine, who's the big boss to kill. We don't have cans, which are kind of the semi-intended way to kill him. You're meant to cross these cans and throw them at him, but if we run far enough away from him, then he kind of loses us, so we can kind of stealth around behind him and hit him anyway.
We've got a £4 donation from Julie Lynn. Thank you very much, Julie. Much
Thank you,
appreciated.
Julie. So if despite the fact we get behind the pillar, if we throw a thing, we're out of his sight at the time, then he loses us and we can just walk around the pillar and hit him in the back. Okay, so time will be in like 15 seconds. So he says like it's all death speech and so on.
Apparently the game audio is a bit out of sync.
So I'm kind of reloading here. I probably shouldn't be because I don't think it's actually faster RTA. But with no loads, it's faster to reload because it turns you around.
And
And time.
time. Nice. Well done. I won't
Yeah,
clap
so that was
in
Rise
the
of the Tomb Raider.
There we go.
Pretend there's loads of applause.
Yeah, GG.
Pretend the crowd's going crazy.
There we go.
What time did we get?
Got 1 hour 9.
So that was pretty good. I've actually had my splits running in the background. So the 103.
You got 103 without loads.
103 no loads. That's pretty good.
World record is 9 minutes fast.
Yeah, I think world record is 54 minutes.
Yeah. So that's pretty damn close. Pretty damn close.
Good run.
It was a good
Yeah.
one. For a
I'm
I'm reasonably happy with that. Yeah, I only died stupidly like once or twice, so I'm good with that. Okay, I think we're gonna go to a break. Is that right?
Yes.
Who knows what's going on?
next
Okay,
run?
We're
right.
going to go to a break, and the next run is the Portal 2 co-op 4-person. So they're using 2 people per robot. It's a bit crazy, going to be really fun, and we'll just switch over to LAN cam now, so you can see LAN while we're setting up.
Yeah, we'll get
Okay,
it up as
yeah.
fast
Thank
as
you for
we
watching,
can.
everybody. Good luck to the next runners. Who's Portal.
Yep.
Yep.